Hey, what is going on, guys? It is Johnny with Rules for Rebels, and today's video is going to kind of serve two purposes. So, first off, I have what I think could be a really profitable business opportunity for some of you guys out there. If somebody wants to take this and run with it, I think there truly is a need and a demand for this service, one. And two, I don't think anybody's filling this need at this point in time. I think you have literally zero competition. Secondly, you're going to see kind of a business form right in front of your eyes. So for a lot of you guys who say, well, I don't even know where to look for business opportunities, like how can I think about potential business ideas, etc. I'm going to show you guys that as well. So first off, let me lay out the business idea first off, because this is actually an idea I had a while back. I thought about either A, doing it for myself, or B, making a YouTube video sharing this idea with you guys. I never really got around to it. I didn't know if there was really a demand or a need for this service until today when I was posting on Reddit, when Monte Carlo 1 pretty much confirmed for me that he was looking for this very exact service. So if you guys remember, a while back I made a video titled How to Get Photographers, Models and Photographers to shoot for your brand for free, and it was using the TFP or TFP CD, which is time for prints or time for CD prints method. So that's something that already exists in the modeling and photography world. Photographers need models to so that they have somebody to shoot for their portfolio, and models need photographers to take pictures of them. Now, sometimes models charge photographers, and other times photographers charge models. But if they both, if they both need what the other is offering, a lot of times, the model will work for free, and the photographer will work to be able to use the model in his work. So in this video I made way back when, I was actually suggesting that you essentially get a model, get a photographer, and have them shoot, your products for you for free. So a free way to get models, photographers to work for you. Well, this is basically kind of a twist on this idea. And my girlfriend likes photography. A while back, I thought about buying her a new DSLR and maybe offering this as a service. And also to you guys, if any of you guys were interested in this, here's my idea. Or here's a dilemma. So a lot of people have a product and they want like flashy marketing photos. Maybe they want a model wearing their photo. Maybe they want, maybe they have an Amazon product or an eBay product and they want pictures taken in a lightbox. And a lot of us just have cell phone cameras, right? We all don't have DSLR cameras. And even those of you guys who do have DSLR cameras, you may or may not be a great photographer. So maybe you want some like high quality photographs taken, right? So here's the idea. A service where, I got a new t-shirt that I'm selling, I got a new widget that I'm selling, whatever it is. You physically send your product to this company or photographer. This photographer is going to provide you, and you can come up with different packages, but this photographer is going to provide you with, we'll say, 5 photographs of your product in a light box on a white background, 5 pictures of your product or t-shirt or whatever in a light box on a black background, and maybe, 10 photographs of your t-shirt on a model. So if you were wanting to start a business like this, how would you go about doing it? And I'll get to kind of how I came upon this idea in just a second, but if you have a digital camera or a DSLR camera, and if you're into photography, you're already much more set up for this than somebody who doesn't, but really anybody could go buy a camera and try to get this hustle started. The other thing that would come in handy, if you're, I know my YouTube audience tends to be like, 18 to 35 or something like that. So I'm going to assume that you have some, hot young female friends that you might be able to get to work for free, or maybe for a 6-pack of beer or something like that. So here's how I would run this hustle if I were doing it. So first off, I would find people who are, looking to have product photos taken, like this gentleman here that I found on Reddit. And obviously it's going to be harder starting out than once you get going. But if you already have a photography business, even better. You have 1 shoot per week. Everybody sends you in their products. So, this guy's sending in his Amazon merch shirt. That guy's sending in this, serape that he bought off Alibaba. The next guy's sending in, like a custom hat that he's selling on Shopify, whatever. And I would hire a couple of models, right? I would, ideally you have your own space, or you rent a space or a studio. And every, Monday, these photo shoots are going down. So I have a couple models that come in every Monday. We go through the line one by one, shooting everybody's t-shirts, everybody's hat, everybody's serapes or bikinis or whatever else. You shoot the models. Then on your own time, you can shoot the lightbox photos and stuff like that. You send the high quality digital photographs to the person, and you're done. So I don't know what you would charge for this service, maybe a couple $100. But here's kind of the thing about starting businesses and coming up with business ideas. So like I said, I already kind of had this idea, but I saw a Reddit post earlier in the day, and this guy says, where do you find influencers / models to shoot models for photo shoots of your products? So I responded, I said, I guess you go about this in a couple ways. If you want to find people locally, search for people in your city or nearest major city. If you're cool with just sending someone your product and having them take your pic, then you can reach out to anyone on whatever platform they are on. There's also programs like Grapevine, Logic, Famebit, etc. So I was kind of coming at this more from a perspective of, there's some hot girl on Instagram who you want to wear your new Amazon merch t-shirt. You hit her up via private message on Instagram, say, hey, can I give you $50 to take a picture of yourself in my t-shirt? Like, that would be the very kind of guerrilla marketing, grassroots way of going about it. However, what's this guy say? Okay, here we go. So he says, that's what I was looking for. I'm sorry. And then you can just reach out to anyone and what platform they are. So then he says, that's what I was looking for. A local Google search wasn't cutting it. Do you know if there are any companies where we send products and they just take pictures with them, regardless of social sharing capabilities, just professional pictures with models? So a lot of times when it comes to finding a business, like, Uber, there's nothing that revolutionary about Uber, right? Uber is essentially the taxi business, but with a twist. Well, I'm sure there's obviously professional product photographers out there, but they're going to charge thousands of dollars because they're working with, big Fortune 500 companies like that. So it's not to say that this service doesn't exist, because it does exist. However, this service does not exist for the smaller time entrepreneur who doesn't have thousands of dollars to spend on a photo shoot. There's nothing where for $50 or even a couple $100 you can get a photographer and a model and get photographs of a model wearing your product, right? So that's essentially what my idea is. So that's basically what this idea is offering a product photography service, but for the lower end business. I shouldn't even say lower end, for the lower costs businesses, right? So somebody who doesn't have thousands of dollars to spend on something like this. So what do you need to get this started? You need a DSLR camera. You either need to take the photographs yourself, or if you wanted to, I suppose you could hire a photographer. And you need some cute girls to act as models for you. So if you're a 20-something guy or a girl and you have some attractive female friends who'd be willing to either help you out for free or maybe for a 6-pack of beer or low pay, you start getting people to send their products in. You take some photos, maybe you buy like a bamboo backdrop off of, AliExpress or something like that, so you can have something a little bit different. I see a lot of people taking photos on like a wood grain backdrop. But, take some lightbox photos, take some photos on a backdrop, get some photos with a model, and charge a couple $100 for your service. I definitely think there's something to be said for having real photographs of your products, as opposed to just having like some sketched up what's the word I'm looking for? Like Photoshop type thing. Like, obviously there's services and there's backdrops in Photoshop where you can plug a t-shirt in there. But for me personally, like when I'm looking on eBay or when I'm looking on Amazon, something that I can tell is a real photograph taken of a real person wearing the actual shirt, as opposed to just like what I know is just a white shirt that they kind of superimpose the logo onto. To me, that jumps out because, there's so many t-shirt drop shippers and things out there. Very few people actually have physical shirts in their possession and can actually take real photographs of the shirts or whatever else that they're selling. So I think this could be a really profitable business idea. And like I said, while I had kind of thought about this before, I pretty much stumbled upon this business just by being active on the entrepreneur subreddit. So if you guys aren't on Reddit, I highly recommend getting on there. You have the entrepreneur subreddit. You have an e-commerce subreddit. You have Shopify subreddits. There's subreddits for everything. But just, if you want to respond to comments, great. If you just want to read and peruse and browse, that's great as well too. But creating a business, how do you find product ideas? How do you find ideas for services? It's all about solving pain points and seeing what other entrepreneurs or what other businesses or what other people out there, what needs do they have? What pain points do they have? And right now, a pain point for this gentleman is he doesn't know how to get photographs of his products. And even if he did stumble upon one of these product photography companies, they're most likely going to be outside of his budget. So I think this could be really lucrative. So basically the point of this video is keep your eyes open, be active in entrepreneur communities, take note of pain points that people have, and you're likely to stumble upon business opportunities. And secondly, if any of you guys are interested in photography or are looking for some type of business to start or have a camera and some hot female friends, you could probably make money doing something like this. So I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. If so, please give it a thumbs up. Subscribe if you're not subscribed, and I will catch you guys tomorrow for Side Hustle Tuesdays.